Halloween is the number one time of year for the most human sacrifice to the devil on the planet. People go, that's ridiculous. Halloween's just about candy. It's not. In fact, in New York City.
I love that. That's enough for me. A lot of people think Halloween's just about candy. It's not. Cool. I mean, that's a great soundbite.
The most.
And by the way, I don't think it's just about candy. It's also about the costumes.
Human sacrifice to the devil on the planet. People go, that's ridiculous. Halloween's just about candy. It's not. In fact, in New York City,
Damn.
Father Redbar was telling me that it's the number one week leading up to Halloween where the most homeless go missing.
Really?
There's these unmarked vans that come around and offer to take them to shelters and get meals for them.
Wait. This is an unbelievable story. I call for all year Halloween. He's saying that a week before Halloween, homeless people go missing all over the city. And now he's telling a story about how unmarked vans come and get them. How do you know about all this crap?
You should go to a city council
Michael knows
meeting.
is like, this is a lot of information, and I work at a news station.
You should go to a city council meeting and be like, I've got a great idea to solve the homeless problem.
We hold
Halloween
every month.
And then play this.
Yes. Statistics show that a week before Halloween, most of the city's bums go missing. What if we had Halloween every month? I think it would be a big hit to clean up the streets. It's either that or give everybody a flying V electric guitar. Every bum, I mean. If they want to be a bum, they have to be holding a flying V electric guitar. And if they're caught not holding it, they get arrested. But if they're holding it,
they look pretty cool.
They can go anywhere they want. Okay? They put down that guitar, immediately arrested. This will solve the homeless problem, because if they're all walking around with guitars, you'll just think it's a band member instead of a bum. And everybody is okay with some guy in a band just walking to his gig. So, but you put that instrument down again. Get out! All right, listen to this.
There's these unmarked vans that come around and offer to take them to shelters and get meals for them, and they just bind them and they keep them and they satanically sacrifice them on Halloween.
He's saying that this happens in New York City. I talked to the mayor. This is what he's saying. 10 days before Halloween, they round up all the bums, they take them, they sacrifice them for the devil. Problem, you know.
They satanically sacrifice them on Halloween. Who does this? These are people in occults.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah, you know.
They keep hidden. I mean, obviously, if they were mainstream, that would be a bigger problem. But if that day comes, then I'm going underground. Yeah. But they're out there. And, you know, when I went off to exorcism training in Rome, these are seasoned exorcists that have been doing this for 20, 30 years that come in to teach what they've learned and what they've experienced. One of the most interesting things was a case of a medical doctor in Rome, who was invited to go to a party, and they said, you know, there's a way you can like triple your income like that. Just come to this party. He's like, okay. Goes, very normal party, very, you know, bougie, high end. Drinks are flowing, heavy hors d'oeuvres, beautiful setting. And then all of a sudden, all these people come out with the black robes and hoods. And this weird ritual begins. There was something done to a child, but it wasn't murdered. But it was foul. And he was a bit horrified. And then they came over to him and said, we understand that you're interested in increasing your income. And he goes, well, I don't know about any of this.
Yeah. I just wanted a get rich.
They were like,
scheme.
you know, he's like, well, we're not going to ask you to do that. Well, you can just give us one of your children. He goes, what do you mean give me one of my children? They go, just spiritually, not physically. And so he says, well, then you can have my daughter. What? I don't know. You look at me like that because I have the same mentality. Who would do this? Yeah. But for some reason, he just had the influence over him that he would do it. Within 24 hours.
That clears up that hole in the story. I know. You're like, who would do this? He did. So.
The daughter starts having nightmares, then night terrors, then she's suicidal. And the father knows what's going on. So he finally tells the wife. And the wife is, as you can imagine, she's through the roof. So she calls the bishop, gets the exorcist involved. The exorcist says, this is a high-powered...
Again, all these people have a direct line to the bishop. That's like the last guy I wouldn't even know that you called the bishop to get the exorcist. By the way, I mean, that seems a little inappropriate to be doing. So the church they're really doing this. This is what that bishop's up to mostly. Taking house calls, connecting people to exorcists. Do you hear what this story is about? Saying some guy signed his daughter over to the devil. She started getting sick. He tells his wife, he goes, I made a big boo-boo this time. You're not going to like this. Oh, Peter. And then, so that now they call the bishop. Okay, let's see how this one was cured.
Group running around Rome that this is not the first case we've heard of.
Oh, okay.
But they're not
They
going to
call the police.
So we can do the exorcism of your daughter, but then you have to leave Rome.
Oh, this makes no sense. So this is so weird. Okay. There's a man in Rome. He goes to a very wealthy party where they're all dressed in black cloaks. And one of the guys says to him, I can give you rich if you sign over your daughter's soul to us. And he goes, I don't know about that. Okay, fine. And then he does it. His daughter gets very sick. They call the bishop. And the bishop says, we're going to do an exorcism on your daughter, but you have to leave town, or else the guys in the black cloaks will come get you. Listen to this.
Gets the exorcist involved. The exorcist says, this is a high-powered group running around Rome that this is not the first case we've heard of, but they're not going to let you out. So we can do the exorcism of your daughter, but then you have to leave Rome. And he packed up and moved to South Italy because he was frightened from these people when he saw what they did. So
Italy and Rome is the same shit. You're going to be, trust me. They could do all that shit in Italy.
What happened?
It's even worse.
What happened to the daughter? Did he do the exorcism and then pack up?
Well, yeah, let's figure this out. Let's hear.
Because he was frightened from these people when he saw what they did. So you don't have to believe it, but that doesn't mean it's not real.
Right. And when you see these sorts of symbols.
Okay, so yeah, I guess that doesn't really make any sense.
He never
did the daughter, he never said what happened to the daughter. Was she freed? But then the guys are going to go after the guy. Why didn't the guys have any involvement in the daughter? Why didn't they just kidnap the daughter? You know?
Well, it was Halloween.
Or follow the guy to Italy if they're so powerful.
They had a lot
we cannot go
of
to Italy.
possessions
We're in Rome.
to do.
That's like 20 minutes. That's too far. Believe me, if that shit happened to me, I wouldn't be going, I'm just going to go next door to Italy here. And it's this same trip. People, you ever seen someone's Instagram photos? They're in Italy here. Then the next day, here's Rome. Italy, Rome, Greece. It's all the same fucking place.